Hi, I'm Roger Baer here at the Baer Amplification booth, NAMM 2015. We're showing off our new VTI Tube Direct Box. This is a direct box that was designed specifically to let players go into the studio and take something that sounds like a tube amp rather than just being handed any direct box that the engineer may use. What we have on this is a Class A front end with a 12AU7 gain stage that cascades into a 12AX7 gain stage. What that allows you to do is set low levels here for a very clean, pristine type of a direct box sound. Pushing both of these gains harder will start to make this direct box perform and act a bit more like a tube amplifier. Rather than something like a Jensen transformer for the output, we use a special CineMag custom wound transformer with an iron core. This will behave a lot like a tube amplifier when pushed hard. Gives you a lot more fullness, roundness, and just more of an amplifier sound than just a standard direct box. Some cool features for this for bass players: dual impedance, 750K ohms for active passive pickups. You can click that up to 5 mega ohms if you're playing an acoustic bass or an electric bass that has piezo crystal pickups. That'll load those pickups properly. Other standard features: polarity reverse and a ground lift switch. DI level controls the XLR output on the rear of the cabinet. A unique feature to our product, specifically designed for bass players, is our character control. When you turn this circuit on, what that does is engage a bass enhancement circuit, about 2 dB of boost at 90 Hertz. What that does, it's very subtle and a very wide Q on the EQ. It just fills out your low end. It just brings the low end up, kind of fattens it, rounds it up without the engineer thinking that you've just boosted a bunch of bass. It really just kind of fills out the low end. On top of that, we have a dual, it's a high pass filter, low pass filter built into one control. What that does is when this is in the on position, you are just hearing the bass enhancement switch. As you roll this up, you're now rolling off lows and highs. At maximum position, you're rolling off from 45 Hertz to 30 Hertz, you're dropping about 9 dB, and from about 10K to 20K, you drop about 9 dB. What that does is really change the character of your instrument because you've boosted some lows and you've taken off the sub frequencies and you've taken off the very top end of the sheen. So what that does is allows this to sit very tight in the mix because you don't have really subsonic frequencies in the mix anymore. And you've taken just a little bit off the top, kind of the difference between, say, week-old strings and 3-week-old strings. It doesn't sound like you've pulled the treble out of your instrument, it just takes the high-end sheen off of it. Back panel features: we have a through output. If you're plugging this into your amplifier, you're sending a direct, unaffected sound, just like your bass, like you would plug it into the input of your amp, so that you can send the signal from this to the front of the house via the XLR. If you wanted to use this as more of a preamp and feed the input of your amplifier, you would go out of the post output. That way your amplifier is seeing the tube stages and the character stages. Lets you use it more of the preamp. It's also a great product for bass players who would typically not use amplifiers on stage. If you're the kind of touring musician where you would have in-ear monitors and you're not using amplifiers anymore, you can go into this, feed the PA system, and what you're getting is a real nice tube amp sound without having to have an amplifier on stage anymore. So it's really great for guys that use in-ear monitors. So be sure to check this out. We'll have this up on the website soon. That's Baer Amplification, baeramps.com.